Okay, welcome to Two Idiots in a Life. I'm not sure if this is going to be like the second video on our channel or the first, but this is our podcast. My name is Lucas Bermudez.
Rafi.
That's Rafi.
I'm Rafi.
She's going to stick with her first name, but that's
I am.
fine. Anyways, yeah, this is our first episode of the podcast. We actually filmed one before this, like 2 weeks ago.
We didn't like it.
Yeah, it did not
wasn't
go.
good.
It didn't go smoothly at all. But I think now that we have a bit of a prototype, we're gonna be able to hit the road here.
Yeah.
So yeah, first we're gonna kind of just like introduce ourselves and like kind of what is the word? Interview ourselves. I don't know why that just exited
We're gonna
my
ask
mind.
hard-hitting journalistic questions of.
Yeah, we're basically like the news here. We're like Fox News,
CNN.
John Oliver.
We're Fox News.
Yeah,
We're not Fox News.
I meant like channel
We're
like
CNN.
5.
The View.
Yeah, we're Fox News and The View.
So why not?
I'm like
Fox
channel
News.
5. You don't watch like channel like 5 or like channel 6 to see the news?
No.
What do you watch? Just
CNN.
You don't look at local news?
No, I don't really. No, we don't. I don't look at local news ever, actually.
That's so weird. That's where all the action's at.
Not much happens in.
It doesn't. It's like all of Massachusetts, honey.
They know where I live now.
That's okay.
We have to cut it.
We can bleep it. It's fine. Don't worry. Yeah, we'll bleep stuff. But anyways, yeah, this is episode 1. So, how did this come about?
Well, I was watching YouTube, and I was like...
Who are you watching?
I was watching... It started with me watching a few houses that I really love. That's what I like to watch on YouTube.
Like house tours?
Yeah. Like, I want to see
like the way you said that, like you were buying a house. You know, I was looking at a few houses, and I was like...
Yeah, I like to
on
take
YouTube.
in different things and think about, okay, I would want that in my house, and I just kind of lock it in, because I just want to know what people's houses look like on the inside. And then I saw this amazing house, and then it was a YouTuber's house.
Oh, I see where this is going.
Yeah, it was a YouTuber's house, and I was like, this house is so cool. And then it was Emma Chamberlain's house, and I was like, I've heard of that name. Don't watch her. I have no idea. I don't watch enough
She's
YouTubers
quirky.
like that.
That's her thing. She's quirky.
And loves coffee.
And she like she's fashionable, I guess.
Yeah, like Vogue loves her. Not
I don't I don't know.
those other fashion people, Louis Vuitton, or I don't know. Anyways, yeah, and then I was like, I want to do that.
So yeah,
And then I texted him because he wanted a YouTube
what Rafi's
channel.
saying is she's in this for the money,
All about the money.
and I'm in this for the glory, baby.
I
don't think there will be much
but we
glory.
can't.
Why can't you sing?
I want the money in the car. Anyways.
All right. Anyways, yeah. So Rafi saw her house and was like, "I want that house." So now the goal is 3 billion views and a fucking mansion,
Sweet ass house.
like one you build in The Sims.
Like yeah.
Yeah.
I want to build my house like I'm playing Sims.
Dude, that'd be so cool.
Emma Chamberlain inspired me.
I want to build a house from the ground up.
Me too.
That's so much work, though. Like, you'd have to,
I
like,
don't
live at
care.
a different place.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't really care. If I can build my house from the ground up, I got some cash flowing that I can afford a little place. I can stay with my family.
Like besides, like, a pool?
Hot
And, like, a
tub.
big backyard. What's,
Huge
like...
backyard.
No, like, inside the house. What's, like, something that
Things
needs...
that I want?
Like, it needs to be there or the whole house has to go.
I need a fantastic island for cooking.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
I need
That's a good one.
beautiful windows and these slide doors that make me feel like I'm
I thought you were describing my kitchen
in
at
a
first.
bungalow.
I was like, dude, do you know what I need? I need plants on the roof. Everywhere. Like, hanging like vines.
You don't have that. You have that one plant that goes.
I know,
this
I'm
way.
not... I'm saying that's what I want, though.
Oh, you want flowers hanging
Dude,
from
I
the
want
roof?
like a greenhouse room. I would kill all of them.
In the kitchen?
No, not in the... I'm talking in general.
Oh, in general.
Yeah, in the kitchen.
I want the world's
Oh.
biggest bathtub.
I want a garden.
Gardens.
Yeah, with like an avocado tree.
Yeah, and some cherry trees.
Fun fact about these fruit trees, they just don't grow.
What?
They'll grow by the time we're dead.
Yeah. I have a friend whose sister was growing an avocado tree when we were like in almost middle school going into high school. And she was like growing an avocado, and to this day it's like a leaf. And now we're graduating college. Just a leaf.
And
we also live in Massachusetts, so
yeah, that one we can
it's
say.
not the best weather.
We live in the Northeast. I don't know if we'll bleep out the Massachusetts part, but we live
New
in the
England.
Northeast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
New
so it's not
Englanders.
like this tree's ever gonna produce avocados.
It might be a raisin sized, but it's been a few years.
Do you think it would? Do you think like a tiny avocado still tastes good?
Yeah, I think bite-sized avocados should be a thing. Oh my god, you can just pop them and just...
Who's eating that though? Wouldn't
Me.
you just eat? Why?
Like as if olives, because they have the little
Yeah, but
seed.
honey, hold on. Why don't you just chop up an avocado?
You just asked me if small avocados...
Yeah, but I'm saying like, you just said that like it was like the greatest idea ever, but you can
I
just
think
chop
it
up
is.
avocados.
Yeah, but I want to pop it in my mouth like a grape.
Do you like frozen grapes? I think they feel
Who
weird
eats
when
frozen grapes?
My mom and your brother.
You eat frozen grapes?
You've never tried a frozen... Have you tried freezing a grape and putting in a drink?
By the way, for those of you...
No.
Well, I think we're only going to publish this as a video, but...
Oh,
he
you
kicked
moved
the
the
camera.
camera.
Oh,
Oh
no.
my god.
It's okay.
That's why we don't have guests.
No, it's fine. He'll
to
fix it. We won't even
assist.
cut it. Come in. Come here.
This is my brother. He's 17.
Why do you have to
What
say
the
my age?
fuck?
I'm protecting him.
But yeah, he's behind the camera.
Protecting
He's
me from
kind of
who?
just...
Who was coming to get me?
Let's try this again.
He's kind of just
Walk back in.
making sure... What are you doing, man?
Come back in.
All right.
This is my brother.
Is formal introduction.
This is my brother.
Hi.
He's a little baby. Okay.
As for
She's got the baby face though.
As for the background, this is it for the first episode. It might be at my house. We're gonna have guests. He'll
It's
probably
gonna
actually
switch
be
up.
on.
It's gonna switch around.
But yeah, this is kind of it for now. It's kind of like our makeshift thing. But back to what we were talking about. What were you saying? Oh yeah, frozen
Avocados,
grapes. It feels like you're biting into almost like ice, and I hate that. But like the crushed ice that like breaks really easy.
Here's the thing. I love biting into ice.
Oh, it hurt. It makes
But
my
I
teeth gross.
Never in my... I don't think I've ever eaten a frozen grape. I've never purposely put a grape
No, you're
in
ready.
the
Here's
freezer.
the thing. Here's
Dude,
the thing, though.
people do that all the time.
Biting into ice, it's better like when you're drinking something and you take the ice from the drink itself and then eat the ice.
Dude, I hate it.
Yes, I can't just grab an ice cream and eat it like a weirdo like you.
I don't do that if it's in my drink.
Oh, okay, fair.
Oh,
Yes.
we'll cut this part. Actually, we won't. Fuck it. So, eventually, there might be some cuts, but the camera will stop recording. I don't know why.
Randomly.
So just pay attention to that.
Yeah.
It's just the red dot. You'll notice it. But anyways, so, all right, I guess back on track with the introduction. I guess we can just kind of...
Tell them about yourself. Tell them your story.
So, I am Lucas. I am a digital media major in college right now. I'm going to be a senior. Right? No, yeah, I'm going to be a senior.
Why was he asking me?
I don't know, you're my girlfriend. You would know.
Yeah, but you don't know. You're
I forgot if I was a junior or a senior. But anyways, I'm a senior, and I don't know. I guess
I think you need to go back to school.
not me, her. She already stayed back.
I didn't stay back. I'm just a semester late because I transferred after my first year.
No, she stayed back. She was pretty dumb in first grade.
All
Get
right.
out of here, Chapel.
Behind the camera.
Behind the camera.
Anyways,
I
don't
never
scream.
stayed back.
Anyways, so yeah, I guess my aspiration for this whole thing is I kind of want to be in the entertainment industry in general, in some capacity. So I guess this is just, I don't know, either me practicing or maybe it just develops into what I do. I don't know. I can't really put a goal on it. But once it stops being fun, I guess we'll stop, because that would be stupid to keep going if it's like a chore. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's kind of me. I like movies, as you can tell by the whole entertainment industry thing. I enjoy playing video games. I very, very occasionally...
Well, be specific with your entertainment industry, because now
Okay.
it's very broad.
I want to work in film, but...
Making films?
Making films. But the idea of working in, like, sports broadcasting kind of entices me. I'm really big into sports. I'm
think you'd be
I'm
good
the
at that.
least athletic person on the planet. It's me, then my brother, then her. But she can run in a straight line, and she's dedicated, so I'll give her that. But, yeah.
Basically,
The amount of
second
credit.
everything else.
One time we were...
I'm a lot more sporty than you.
You're a sporty spice. That's what we call you.
Me wanting to play things, you like to watch it and learn about it. Me, I couldn't care less.
Okay, but
I'm playing it.
Here's what I meant by she's unathletic. Or just...
I'm just not good at catching, but I can throw.
Hold on. One time we were at a hotel, and we were just sitting on, like, this pier. And she was, like, standing on, like, the...
That has nothing to do with...
I'm just talking about, like, your clumsiness in general. Like, this is just how you move with your body. I'm the same way. I'm clumsy as hell. But, like, she was just standing on the edge, and she was like, hey, wouldn't it be hilarious if I tripped? And literally, she said the word tripped.
No,
and then,
no, it wasn't that. I think you warned me about...
Yeah.
You were like, back up, you're going to fall in.
Oh, yeah.
I was like...
It's just like,
wouldn't that be so funny? I'm not even going to trip. And then I almost fell.
And then she almost fell straight into the water.
Boston... Damn it, I said where we live again.
It's okay. We don't live in Boston.
Yeah, but it's close enough. And like a GeoGuessr sort of situation.
Anyways, so back to what we were talking about. You asked me...
You want to make movies.
I want to make movies. I just want to be in the entertainment industry. If it's TV, that's fine.
Would you ever want to be in a movie, act in a movie? Or a TV show or whatever?
I don't know. I don't see myself as a very acting type. I'm a very dramatic person. So that's possible. But I don't know. It's just kind of weird because, like, even staring at the camera now, I find the urge to look away. So, like... Well, actually, that makes no sense because no one's staring at the camera when they're acting, unless it's like a
They
like
have
a POV.
to, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I kind of like...
But I want to act, and I feel uncomfortable in front of a camera.
But here's the thing, like...
It's something to get used to.
Do you feel uncomfortable in front of the camera or staring at the camera?
I don't feel uncomfortable
staring at the camera.
At a camera.
Really?
No.
That feels so weird to me.
Not at all. I want to look at it.
Anyways.
Right in the middle.
So yeah, I don't know. Maybe if the opportunity arose, I guess I would.
Take every opportunity you can. If it's not setting you back, it can only set you forward.
You did mention that you wanted to be in movies, and you have trouble being in front of the camera. So explain what you want to do.
I want to act.
So yeah, I want to be behind the camera. She wants to be in front of it.
I want to be in front of it. I don't like being in front of a camera. Acting is very uncomfortable for me. But I love it at the same time.
And she's talented too, if I were to say so myself.
You've never seen me act.
I've ran lines with you. I've seen you perform, I would say.
Perform what?
You, on a daily basis, you're performing.
I'm not performing.
I've watched videos of you perform. I've watched I've seen just like you perform.
Perform what?
Dude, you're like a musical. It's like you're a walking musical.
No, but that's not me acting.
Yeah, but to a certain extent, it's still performance. Like, I mean, if you're singing a song and you're doing a whole kind of gig with it, you're acting at a certain point.
Yeah, but the thing is, it isn't me acting. Like, if I have a script and I know what the script is or whatever. I was going to be in a play, the first play ever at my school. It got canceled.
Keep talking. I'm going to fix the camera.
For COVID. Okay. It got canceled because of COVID. But to me, that was the first time that I ever acted. You know, that was the first time. So me walking around doing my musicals, being dramatic, it isn't acting. That's just me.
But also, I ran
stupid.
lines with you. You put on an accent and you were acting. You weren't like up, moving and shit like that, but you were acting at a certain extent. And you were pretty dedicated. You were pretty good at it. You struggled with a couple lines here and there, but yeah. I don't know. I think
I get words so jumbled up.
Yeah, I don't know. I personally think
it's
she's talented. I think
just practice.
I'm also of the belief that even though I don't practice this because I'm dumb, I'm of the belief that anyone
there's a talent.
I think there's a talent in everyone.
A gift.
As long as you work at it.
Yeah.
I feel mentally, like, at least in my case, I have almost a mental blockage. I'm a very lazy person. But I feel like if I get past that mental blockage, I can kind of basically do whatever I want.
I don't think you're lazy.
Honey.
I don't think you're lazy. I don't think you're like. You have your moments, but I don't consider you a very lazy person.
When I put my mind to it, I can do something very easily. But a lot of the times, instead of putting my mind to something important, I'll watch 6 hours of a TV show, or I don't know. But like, I can get stuff done if I want to, but it's hard to want to. So we probably just cut. We got off track because we're easily distracted, which is actually kind of speaks to what we were talking about beforehand. But I guess I don't know. Oh, we wanted to talk. So this is actually hilarious. We can talk about the Chiago thing now. So Rafi's brother is upcoming freshman in college, and he's just a regular teenager. Like, he tries to Snapchat people randomly. Like, he'll make friends very easily and all that.
He's very sociable.
He's a sociable person.
He loves to date.
We're just airing him out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
my brother is a
you tell it. You
person.
know the story better than me.
So my brother's just got a new job at a local restaurant, and at the restaurant he gave a girl his number. This is the first time that he's in this restaurant. He's kind of training a little bit, and he got, I guess, the Snapchat of some girl, and then when he's walking out of the restaurant, he was walking to a certain point where my mom was waiting for him, and he was walking, and he turned his head, and he saw a girl the way that she was looking at him. So then he just kept walking, whatever, and in his head he was saying, turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around. So he turned around, he took out his phone, he went to the window the girl was in, just put up the Snapchat. She took it, he didn't say a word, and just left. When he told me this story, I thought it was the most ridiculous thing in the entire world.
And then she told me the story, and I thought it was the dumbest thing ever.
My family disagreed with me and was saying that I was old-fashioned, but I want the person who is trying to, what's the word?
Dude, like the person who's expressing interest of any kind.
Expressing interest. Express your interest.
Like,
just Snapchat.
It feels super weird. Like, the idea of me turning around and just going like, you know what to do, so let's get this done. It's like, it feels very impersonal, first of all. But also, like, there's so many variables. Like, first of all, let's not kid ourselves. We're humans. And so physical things matter to us. What if he heard her voice and was like, it's the worst thing of all time?
Yeah.
He didn't hear her voice because they didn't say a word.
Not a word.
What if she was, because he's 17, he's going into college. What if she was like 14? There's so many variables that makes it super weird. Also, like, it's
people on the street, you don't know them. And even though sometimes you kind of got to take the chance.
Yeah,
me, I'm just super cautious.
But also, an introduction is so cute. It's nice.
Yeah,
like,
just
hey,
impress me a little.
Hey, I
feel a little special. Even if you're lying.
I saw you from far away. I think you're really cute. Do you mind if I get your Snapchat?
Something.
I also think Snapchat
is the stupidest app in the entire world.
I won't lie. I used Snapchat when I was in high school.
I used a little bit too.
But it's horrible.
On and off.
How many times can you take a picture of the wall,
ceiling,
or the top of your head,
your
or
foot,
the side of your face,
and just say streaks,
or
for
even,
the love of God,
dude? Having a conversation. First of all, having a conversation on Snapchat is so dumb, because I don't remember the last three things I just said.
You're Snapchatting 100 million people at the same time, and you'll never be able to see it again.
Honey, you know how you forget literally everything we talk about over text? Imagine Snapchat.
We would never work out. I would know nothing about you.
It would be like what's it called? 50 First Dates.
Yeah, we'd meet
over and over again because we wouldn't remember what the fuck we were talking about.
How is that dating in any capacity? Doesn't make sense to me.
Should we tell how we met?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. I'll tell it from my perspective. I guess you can tell it from yours.
Okay, go ahead.
So, a few years ago, we've been dating for 2.5 years now, but we've known each other for, it'll be 3 years in September, which is pretty wild.
Not September. We met in October.
Okay, October, yeah. So, almost 3 years. But, so how we met was, my house was under construction. We were redoing our kitchen. And my mom was like, hey, Lucas, me and your dad aren't going to be home, so can you open the door for this guy? He's going to look over the house for some insulation needs. I was like, I fucking guess. Like, I'm going to be tired. It's going to be early. And so the day comes and I open the door and he's like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. I'm like, nice to meet you too. And he's like, oh, like just the polite, like, oh, are you going to college? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to go to UMass Lowell. Like, half asleep and like, I just want to fucking go upstairs guy. He's like, oh, my daughter goes there. I was like, oh, okay. That's great. And that was the end of it. I went upstairs. Ta-da. And then, so he leaves, and my mom calls me into her room. It's like, hey, your vovó, which is my grandma. Vovó is like grandma in Portuguese. She knows that family. Like, they're family friends. So, like, I guess we're family friends.
They've known each other. My parents have known his grandparents since 95, 96. They
So,
used
like,
to work together.
Like,
Cleaning.
25 years. 25 years.
A long time.
Longer than we've been born.
Yeah.
So she was like, oh, yeah, your vovó knows them. And she shows me a picture of her. And I'm like, oh, yeah, she's pretty. That's the end of that. Like, oh, she's pretty. And then school starts. And I kind of hate it. I'm just like, this is boring. Not even that it's boring. Like, I ventured out. I went to a few parties. It was just not my scene. And so my mom was like, why don't you just get this girl to show you around? And I was like, that's dumb. And so my grandmother in response goes, well, okay. I texted her mom and here's her phone number. So she's going to text you or you're going to text her and she's going to show you around. And I was like, what are you talking about? And then I texted you and we met for lunch in like the school marketplace. And we got up after lunch. It went well. We talked about like Harry Potter
Movies
and Captain
stuff,
America because you have the
food.
sticker.
No, you didn't see the sticker because I didn't have my laptop out.
Are you sure? Oh, that was
In
right
class.
after. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got up to leave and we were like, oh, yeah, we have class together. And
It was a very big lecture class.
the smooth criminal I am, because my best friend was also in the class. I was like,
His best friend was apparently watching us.
he was
The whole time
he was
first
standing
met.
in the corner making sure it didn't go horribly wrong. But yeah, so I was like, why don't I just sit next to her? And so I sat right next to her and was like, hey, can I sit here? She's like, I fucking guess. Or what did you think?
I thought, wow, this kid is still next to me. Because when I'm in class, I like to sit by myself. I'm in class, I want to learn what I gotta learn, and want to get the hell out. But then I have this kid following me, who I just had lunch with, and I'm not that much of a people person.
Following is so subjective because
No,
we
but what I
literally
mean
said
is-
we were going to walk together.
Yeah, but you started to go where I always sit I was sitting in the back corner, sort of this enormous lecture hall. And he just kept going with me, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna sit down. What am I gonna say? Get the hell away from me? Because he was nice. He wasn't some creep. So I didn't say anything.
And then we went to the class, and what was it was like 3 classes after, but what was that thing we learned about that was so funny? It was like Jesus something. It was like something for Jesus that our professor was showing us. It was like dicks out for Jesus or something. You don't remember that?
What? No?
Dude, it was like a whole rally that he was teaching us about.
I have no idea what you're talking
All right,
about.
it was some weird thing, and basically we just became like pals. And one day, I wanted to watch this movie called Mid-90s. My best friend went home every weekend. My other friends it was like Halloween day, actually. And so
Not Halloween day.
it was Halloween weekend. And so no one really wanted to go with me. So I called my mom and was like, hey, would it be weird if I just went to see a movie by myself? And my mom and Danny were like, why don't you ask Rafi? And I was like, that would be so weird.
Because he was texting me
Yeah,
a
we
little
were,
bit.
we were-
Were you texting me?
Yeah, we were texting each other. We were talking about like class and like fucking random bullshit.
Yeah, because the night before I went to a party at another school. So I don't remember texting you while I was doing that.
Probably not.
So I don't know how we even started texting when I got back to school. Because that was the same day. When I got back, you texted me, hey, you want to go to the movies? And I was like, I just sat down.
Yeah.
It was a long night.
And she said yes.
I did.
And in my mind, here's where it all came together a little bit. So we drove there, and she's like, oh, I have this blanket. She's going to deny this. I still think it's true. Oh, I have this blanket. You want to share it? And I was like, what? And so she puts a blanket over me, and we're just like, we met like a week prior? And we're just like huddled under this blanket, and I was like, I think she might be into me. That's what I thought. And apparently she wasn't at all. She wasn't at all.
A little bit. That was the last thing on my mind. It was pouring.
All right. So there was a brief intermission because the camera died. But I think at this point in the story I was talking about we went to the movies.
Yeah.
And I was convinced because she put the blanket over me and we were just under this blanket tight together. I was like, she finds me attractive, at least slightly. I was like, she's into me at least a little bit.
I can be completely honest. I wasn't thinking about that at all.
And I wasn't like looking for anything. Like I was like, just like this is just a thing that's happening. Like this is a person that I've met. And so we went inside. We sat down. The movie started. And it was really good for like 15 minutes. And then
wait, before we get that, let me tell my side.
Okay, yeah.
So then we're together.
We'll stop at the movies, and now it's Raffi's perspective. This is like Twilight, how Twilight was Bella's perspective, and then they released that other one.
What other one?
That Midnight Sun thing, where it's the first Twilight, but it's all from Edward's perspective. You know that exists?
No, I'm gonna watch it immediately.
No, it's not a movie. It's a book.
Oh, I'm never gonna. I'll never watch it, nor will I ever read it. Anyways,
all right.
My perspective. I forgot what we were talking about.
Me and you meeting.
Oh yeah. For me, it was also my first year at the school. I had just transferred. I was a sophomore. I didn't really know anybody. I knew people that went to my high school that, anyways. I forgot what I was talking about again.
Me and you, baby.
Right. Okay. My mom told me, it was like, oh, can I say her name? Your grandma's name?
Yeah, I don't care.
Oh, okay. Susanna's, actually, no. One day, my dad came home, and I was visiting from school, and he said, hey, you know that grandkid of Susanna's? And I was like, yeah. He was like, he's a good-looking guy. And I'm just sitting next to them, and I'm like, okay, I didn't even know Susanna had grandkids. I've known her pretty much all of my life. She went to almost all of the family parties and barbecues that we had. No idea she had a grandkid, had a child, let alone had a grandkid. 2 of them.
Sorry to interrupt, but fun fact. There are rumors amongst our families that
The family does not... This is where we clash.
I don't
believe it at all.
I don't know.
I think
but it's cute.
Your grandma is making it up in her head.
Yeah, I think she might too. She's a little crazy. But there's rumors that me and Raffi have interacted as small children. I don't know if that's true, but it's kind of cute. It's a little cute.
Cute to think about.
But
is
it true?
I don't think that happened.
I don't know. But anyways.
Kids would come around at the barbecues like random kids, but it was never Susanna's grandkid.
To be fair, we missed each other on multiple occasions by a hair. Like, there would be parties where I was forced to go and that I wasn't forced to go. And oddly enough, the ones I was never forced to go, she was at. If I was just forced one time to go to those parties,
we would have met.
We would have met like as 10-year-olds.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think about.
Which could have completely changed the course of everything, but
it worked out. Anyways.
Strange. Yeah. But so then my mom texted me while I was at school and said that Susanna's grandkid isn't liking school. He's having trouble and Susanna wants me to help him out. Just guide him a little. And I thought,
that's what this has actually been. She's been dating me for 2.5 years to help
me
out.
I'm just helping him in college, just helping him through it so he doesn't, drop out and stuff. And
as soon as I graduate, you're like, all right,
work here is done.
Where's my money?
I know. I should have charged. But anyways, and I was like, oh God, because I had just gotten out of a fairly long relationship, and my mom, prior to that, was trying to hook me up with her friend's children or whatever. And I was like, great, this is just another ploy of my mother's. And I was like, you know what, fine. I understand what it's like to not like the school you go to because I did transfer, having trouble, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to do this. And so I went, and I was like, okay, what are we going to do? Let's just go to Freshie. You like spicy food? I like that food. That's what I want to eat for lunch.
Freshie's like our school's off-brand Chipotle.
Yeah.
It's a real place.
It's a healthy place.
Oh, it is so good.
So good. And I wanted it for lunch. So I was like, that's where we're going to go.
And I had never gone, so luckily she showed
he
me.
lived on another side of the campus.
Oh, I did live in Fox.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't even know why you would say yes.
Well, I had class on South.
Yeah, but we
I had
never
class
talked
on the same
about
campus
that,
as her.
actually. Wow, I never questioned that. I guess I didn't know where you lived.
A little closer.
Anyways, we talked. He was cool. All right, I have class. Oh, same. You have this class, blah, blah, blah. And we're walking together. And like I said, this kid is just walking next to me. Now he's going to sit next to me, and he's talking to me. And I'm like, okay, this is weird. And then the class ended.
A little closer, honey.
And the class ended. And he texted me, and he said, all right, I'm going to go take a nap. And then I'll text you. And in my head, I thought, never going to talk to that kid again. And then he, I guess, took a nap and texted me. I was like, what in the world?
In my mind, here's how I judge it. I guess I am kind of a first impressions kind of person. Fun fact, did you know first impressions can be formed in 1/10 of the first second? Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
I know.
And we didn't
first
hate each other.
First impressions, matter.
Yeah, they do.
People say that it doesn't, but it really does.
She was a nice girl, so I had no reason not to text her. I had my best friend. I had this other kid who was a friend of mine. And, like, that was... I had a kid in orientation who's now a good friend of mine. But, like, that was, like, it. So, like, anyone I could have gotten at school, I would have been friends with. And she was really nice. And we liked a lot of the same, like, TV shows and movies.
For me, it was just, like, if I meet you... and I immediately know if we're going to be friends or not. I don't do it on purpose. It's just how I am. I could gravitate towards certain people. I guess we all do, but I do it a lot less. And he was Susanna's grandkid. You know, there's this woman that considered family. I'm like, okay, I'll keep texting him if he's having trouble. And then we kind of texted throughout the week until the weekend a little bit. Right? I think so.
Yeah, we had texted, like, on and off, like...
Yeah, sometimes...
Even now, you'll go hours without texting me, so back then you didn't fucking know me. So
No.
it might have been, like, 6 hours and you would text me.
Yeah, and I remember you would text me about random things, like music or something. Frank Ocean's album came out. When we met or something, there was, like, this song thing, and I'm like, why is he texting me about this?
Oh, yeah, like, yeah, he
It was so
yeah.
random. And that was the first time I think he texted me after we had the conversation. But the weekend came. I went out. I had a great time. He texted me again about going to him wanting to go to the movies. And I'm like, that is so sad. Go with someone. I told him that. I'm like, you don't have a roommate or a friend you can go with? He was like, no, they left or whatever. No, blah, blah, blah. And I was
This
like,
makes
well,
me sound
that sucks.
fucking like a sad person.
Well, I thought it was like, oh, that sucks, because I was hanging out with my roommates. We were exhausted, and we were about to watch a TV show all together. It was Halloween weekend, and I'm like, he's going to go to the movies by himself. What a sad day. And then he asked me, and I was exhausted, and I felt bad, so I went. And I was hungover as well, and I went. And then, we're at the movies. Movie's going great. 15 minutes in, I'm like, oh, I actually like this movie.
It was mid-90s, so, like, it was...
The Jonah Hill movie.
I like A24 movies. I don't want to say I fucking introduced you to them. A24 is like Midsommar, Lighthouse, and all.
Yeah.
But, like, it wasn't something...
that I was gonna go watch with
in the movie
my
theaters,
friends.
yeah. So, everything's going good. The movie's funny. Like, it's
wow,
it's interesting.
This is so nice. I'm sitting next to this random guy, and I don't feel like he's gonna murder me, so that's good.
And so spoilers for the movie. We hit the scene where Sonny is going to try to jump this whole ledge thing in the skate park.
It's a skateboarding sort of movie.
Yeah.
Everyone go watch it. It's really good.
It's really good.
It's good.
And so he jumps it and he falls, and then the screen goes black. Obviously, me and Rafi haven't seen the fucking movie. And so 5 seconds goes by, and here's what comes out of Rafi's mouth. Did I go blind?
I thought I went blind.
No one had said anything in the movie theaters.
The
And
movie theater was practically empty. You didn't say a word.
Yeah, I thought it was the movie.
No, I figured that you kept watching and you didn't say anything. So
I don't know this girl, by the way, well. And she goes, "Did I go blind?" And I looked at her. I went, "No, I think the movie either turned off or this is the movie."
The power or something. And I was like, "Oh, okay."
And so the lights come on, and it turned out the power went off or something because there was a storm. And here's her genius idea for what we should do while we wait for the movie to go back on. Hey, want to watch funny SpongeBob clips? And I went, sure. Well, why not?
Thinking back at it, for me, it's completely normal, and I'm entertained. That is so weird.
That is
so strange. This random girl thinks she gone blind in the movie theaters.
I know. You thought I was a weirdo. Fucking imagine.
I'm afraid.
What I was thinking.
Yeah, I was actually the weirdo.
I think we both were just us.
I was strange. Yeah. I guess we were just comfortable from the start, but.
And so they're like, this shit's never gonna come back on.
The power went off.
Here's like 4 free tickets. Come back later. And we're like, fucking
4?
bet. Yeah, because they give you 2 so you can see the movie again.
And
they
then
give
an
you 2
extra because the power
to
went
reimburse
off.
you.
You're right.
And so we're like, fucking bet. We'll just come back. First of all, gives us a reason to hang out more. So that was pretty good.
Yeah, I said, why don't you just come over? Because I lived in a suite, and there was a living room and stuff, and he lived in a dorm, like a traditional dorm. So I was like, why don't you just come over?
And here's where the events kind of break up. Also, in hindsight, I think you'll agree with me on this. So we get into her dorm, and first of all, none of their significant others in sight. It's just random boy with Rafi.
They didn't have any.
One of them did. Random.
Okay, I don't know.
Rafi coming into the dorm with random boy, and they're like, "Hi, nice to meet you." I'm like,
I had told my roommates. I was like, my mom just wants me to show this guy around. I guess just.
Luckily, I'm a polite person. Well, at least now. I was kind of an asshole when I was younger, but I'm fine now. So I'm a polite person. I'm introducing myself. Hi, nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. And Rafi's just like, you want to just stay and, like, watch Friends? And I was like, sure.
Friends is my favorite TV show. I have a lot of emotional attachment to it, and I think it's a lot of fun to watch. So I thought, that's a good idea.
Here's where I'm going to say something that I think she'll agree with. But we've never really spoken about it. There was, like... And, like, there was nothing, like... Neither of us were, like, trying to flirt. There was a lot of physical touch when we...
I don't remember.
Dude, so we were under the blanket. We were under the blanket at the movie. We watched Friends. And we sat on the couch together, like, on top of each other. Because we were sharing the fucking blanket.
It was like a sectional.
Yeah, and we were sitting...
And we did sit next to each
right
other.
next to each other. Mm-hmm. And, like, we took pictures... Oh, okay, well, we'll get to that at the party.
Yeah.
So, Rafi... has a suite.
Yeah, my suite. And we decided to throw a Halloween party because we didn't like any other parties that was going on. Let's throw our own. Let's invite some of our friends. Let's do this. And then my roommate goes, hey, are you coming to the party? And I was like, I mean, I guess he is now in my head. And he...
In my mind, here's what's happening. Here's what I said and here's what's going on in my mind. Yeah, I'll come. Why not? I'm not doing anything. In my mind, I'm like, fuck. I don't have a fucking costume. I don't have anything. I don't have a costume. I was gonna stay in my dorm
and
like.
You helped us decorate.
I did.
You did.
Yeah.
You helped us
I
decorate.
helped out. What was I gonna be? An asshole? So I was like, fuck. I don't have a fucking costume. So I take the shuttle back to my dorm, and I don't know anyone in my hallway well, but who gives a
This
shit?
is October. Like,
And this is when the Daredevil Netflix show was coming out. So I was like, I have a black shirt, I have black pants, I have circular sunglasses. I can be Daredevil. And I was like,
you were gonna be that airplane movie. What was it called?
Oh, Top Gun.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that didn't work. But I was like, I can be Daredevil. And then my other roommate, who would like stay in the dorm all day and wasn't like a friend of
I
mine.
forgot about him.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing,
What
but he
a-
wasn't like a friend. He was an
a
acquaintance.
guy.
He was a funny guy.
Yeah.
But he was like, "You don't have a red tie or a walking stick," and I was like, "I don't have a red tie. I'm just a blind dude right now." And so I proceed to knock on every door in the dorm. I was like, people I don't know.
You were going hard for this.
I was just like, "Do
you
you
were
have a red-"
calling your mom too.
Yeah, I was. I was like, "Do you have a red tie?" And they're like, "I don't know you." I was like, I'm Lucas. Do you have a red tie? Do you have a red tie? Do you have blah, blah, blah? And then I knock on someone at the end of the hallway, and it was someone I knew. And I was like, "Do you have a red tie?" And he was like, "Yeah." He was like, he was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "This girl invited me to a Halloween party, and I'm going to go." He was like, oh, shit. Hell yeah. I was like, okay, the red tie. So I stole it, and I still don't have a walking stick. So Tommy's like, "Oh, that's my other roommate's name." He goes, "What about the Swiffer?" And I go, "What?" He's like, just take that. And I go,
Wow, he was really coming in clutch for you.
yeah. And I was like, I guess that does work.
Look at that.
And so I took the Swiffer, I smashed it against the door so that the thing came off, because like me and him couldn't figure it out. We couldn't get it off, so we just broke it. And I had my walking stick, and so I had my costume. So I went back.
Yeah, in this bus ride, he helped us decorate the room, and then he took a bus ride that's like
20
100
minutes.
hours long.
20 minutes.
So long. It's a long bus ride. It
Yeah.
can be extremely tedious to get to where he lived, and then he came all the way back. And I was still getting ready, and he was hanging out, and I had an old friend coming who just so happened to be one of the girls. They went to high school together, and he was coming. We grew up together, essentially. Like, little babies. And I was so pumped to see him again, because it had been years since I seen him. We made Jello shots. I was excited. I was celebrating. I'm gonna see my old friend. It's Halloween, my favorite holiday, blah, blah, blah. I forgot where we're going to. You get there.
Yeah, I get there, and we meet everyone, and I guess I'll say this. I don't know if I've said this, but I feel like it was in my brain. This is how it went. So, not consciously at least, there was nothing in my brain that was like, "Oh yeah, like me and this girl are gonna hook up, or me and this girl are gonna date." It was just I was excited. I was excited to be invited to a party that wasn't like a frat party. That was like low key, and I could make friends. And so when I met Kevin, especially even then, I was like, because I don't know you and I don't know him, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, Rafi's my friend. Maybe they're like something, because I don't know you guys. So I was like, oh yeah, this is perfect. I can make friends. Me and Kevin kind of hit it off. Even.
Yeah.
He's super cool.
Kevin is the sweetest.
Kevin is super cool.
The whole world.
And so the party's happening, and I am not much of a drinker. But Rafi's like, just try this. Try this. Try this.
These delicious Jello shots we made. Props to us. They were so good.
And
Kevin and I were taking them back like...
We'll get there. Oh,
This was in the very beginning.
we'll get there, honey. Oh, yeah.
As soon as I stepped out of the room, I was ready. I was a vampire. I was ready to go. I was taking these shots. Not a care in the world.
Yeah, and I'm like drinking and taking shots with them. And I'm not like a drinker, so I have no fucking idea of what I'm really doing. And then the party goes on, and it's fun. We're all hanging out. We're listening to music. We're dancing. I'm hanging out with Kevin. I'm hanging out with Rafi. I'm hanging out with your roommates. Everything's going great. I'm fucking making friends, and it's awesome. Like, I have, like, friends, and it's cool. And then Rafi goes to the bathroom and disappears for 45 minutes. And I'm on the couch. And I think I might have been a little drunk, because it hadn't hit me until, like, 45 minutes to an hour. But I could, like, hear someone, like, struggling in the bathroom. And, like, there was no one really... Because it was, like, a low-key thing. There was, like, 8 people. There was no one really out in the room except one of her roommate's friends. And so it hits me, like, oh, something's happening in the bathroom. And I said to her roommate's friend, I was like, should I go? Because I don't really know anyone. She's like, oh, no, it's fine. You can stay. And I was like, okay. It turns out.
I went a little bit overboard with the Jello shots.
She was wasted.
Blacked out, like.
And the first time we've hung out, that wasn't like a classroom setting. She was plastered.
We'll say this was the second time we've seen each other ever.
Second or third, for sure.
And I was...
Like a true first impression, like...
dead. Like, this was me in my natural habitat, hanging with my friends, and I'm incoherent, and I cannot stand on my own.
And
Kevin's holding my hair back. He's helping me out.
Yeah, everyone's helping her, like... And I'm just like... I mean,
awful.
why not?
Awful.
I guess in my mind, I'm just like, let's see where this goes, because I'm drunk, and I don't know how the fuck I would get back to my dorm, because the shuttles at this point, they close. So, I just stayed. And eventually, she came out and was like, you know, fucking tumbling and bumbling about.
I didn't come out, did I?
You had to.
I don't
no,
know.
Kevin came out and was like, hey, or someone came out, and somehow I became involved in helping
I remember seeing you in the corner of the bathroom.
Oh, I came in to check in, I think. I think I just came in and was like, is everything okay? Something. We won't remember because we were kind of drunk. But
especially not me.
essentially,
Not a damn clue.
I became somewhat of a help. It was like me, Kevin, and one of her roommates. We were helping her fucking get situated.
Get it together.
And like change out of these clothes and like
Everyone's
fucking
drunk.
Make sure she's not dying.
I was the winner.
In the toilet.
Very proud of myself, I suppose.
So she can't get up. So we
Have
just
to
put her
carry
on
me.
the floor. We set up shit on the floor so people could sleep anyways. Or they did anyways. And so she was not getting up onto her bed because the dorm beds, she didn't adjust hers because she has a lot of stuff. So hers is high. And she's tiny. She's small.
5'2.5", that's it. Like, I'm pretty tall.
Yeah, she's pretty tall.
I'm
So
an
there's-
average person.
There's absolutely no fucking way she's getting onto this bed drunk. And there's absolutely no fucking way anyone was helping her get up there. Because we're not lifting her. We're all drunk. And so, me, her, and Kevin, because she just... No, your roommate was just like, you can just stay. You can sleep on the floor. Because, like, there was nowhere I was going to go.
Yeah.
And I was, like, I had made a good impression. I was a nice person. And so I did. I just stayed on the floor.
Thank God, right? That he was a nice person. Because, holy crap.
Dude, imagine if I was
If you
just a
were
fucking
just-
asshole.
I know. Awful. Thank
Imagine if
God.
you were an asshole.
I know. Thank God. It could have
Yeah, I know.
gone so much worse.
It went perfectly. So I just stayed and slept on the floor. And that's when I finally knew I was drunk because I stared at the ceiling and the shit was whoosh, 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 and I was like, oh, fuck. This sucks. And so
I'm sleeping next to a trash can.
I close my eyes. I go to sleep eventually. And I wake up twice. Well, I wake up once before I wake up, like, fully. And I see this little demon crawling. And I'm just like, And she fucking crawls out of the room into the bathroom. And I open the door to her dorm room. And I go, hey, do you need help? And she goes, no. And all I hear is, and she had crawled on all fours to the bathroom to fucking throw up again. And then she came back to the room. Then I woke up
At least I
again.
could take care of myself at that point.
We both woke up. And what were we doing?
On top of each other.
We don't know how. And no, it wasn't like on top. Like we were just like.
We
like,
were
just,
cuddling.
Like cuddling like you're fucking sleeping with like
Your partner.
your partner. It was super weird. We both woke up and we were like,
So strange.
oh hey.
Like, hi. Dear God. Hello.
And we ate rice
Yeah.
and watched How to Get Away with Murder.
Yeah. Yeah. My roommates were kind enough to make some rice, and when we woke up, it was ready.
And then
And he stayed for a little bit after that because you had to get adjusted.
yeah, I was hungover for like the first time in my life. Probably the only time. I don't really get hungover anymore. We're both of legal drinking age, by the way. I don't know if that's like a thing that we need to say on YouTube, but yeah. But like, yeah, I just kind of hung out, and she was cool, so I stuck around,
And,
and eventually,
okay, then.
eventually we became, I guess, more than pals. That didn't happen for like another month, by the way. No, like 2 weeks.
2 months.
No, I'm not talking boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm just
Oh.
saying in general. It had like another 2 weeks went by where we were just friends. Because eventually I was like nervous to make a move, and she was like, make a move.
I was.
And then,
I didn't know I liked you until my roommates were like, so you like this guy, huh? And I was like, I guess.
and then it kind of snowballed.
Yes, I do.
And now we're here. And it's,
Now we're on YouTube. So,
I'm going to be a little sappy, but it's been the greatest time ever.
I guess.
She's my pal.
I suppose.
I'm her pal.
Sometimes.
And now we're starting this YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like that's a good way to close it.
Yeah, I guess.
This is a YouTube channel about two people
Just hanging out.
just hanging out. And we're just going to hang out with you guys. We're going to cook. We have a passion for cooking together, so we're going to cook
Wait,
a lot.
hold on. We didn't introduce what this is called.
Yeah, we did. In the beginning.
Did we
Or
say?
if we didn't-
No, we didn't.
I guess we'll do it now as a little closing thing. What this is called, the podcast, is Two Idiots and a
Idiots.
Life.
We're just two idiots.
That's what the channel's called, but the podcast is called Two Idiots and a Life.
Yeah.
Right? And we're going to have a cooking show, kind of like a miscellaneous kind of thing, Two Idiots and a Knife. And yeah, the goal is just kind of, besides the whole joke of like making a bunch of money, it's
This
just
is
to
actually
like,
something we want to do.
yeah, it's just like a hangout kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know, I had a lot of fun filming this one. The first one was a little bit more stressful, but this one felt a little bit more natural.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess for me, that's kind of it. I'm just excited to do this with her, and I'm excited to show, I guess, the world what we do, I guess.
What we can do, yeah. And if you don't care about our life story, don't worry, because,
That's fine, too.
you know, it's not that interesting, but we're going to be talking about a lot of things. And
Yeah,
I hope you guys stick around.
We had another topic, but honestly, this feels like a good way to stop it. So
Yeah.
we can kind of, I guess, give you a preview of the next episode. We're going to kind of talk about TikTok and how it's, in my opinion, simultaneously the strangest app, but also the best app, and how, in her opinion,
The worst thing ever. I
worst
cannot
thing ever.
stand it.
but yeah,
At all. Zero patience.
with that
So
being
it should
said,
be interesting.
yeah, it should be interesting, I guess. We have a lot of
Well,
opinions that
We're
are
going to talk about other things.
Yeah, no. That, I guess we can just call it that episode too, but we have a lot of opinions that are similar, and we have a lot of differing opinions. So it should
Yeah.
make for some good content.
We're both very opinionated people.
We are.
We are opinionated, but we try our best to not just we're gonna give you some facts too. We're gonna make sure we have our research before we start.
Yeah, this isn't going to be no fucking amateur bullshit.
No, we're professionals. Don't worry.
But yeah, I guess with that being said,
I'll see
thank
guys
you for
later.
watching.
Yeah,
Like, subscribe, share with your friends.
everyone. Doesn't
Everyone
matter
you know.
if you love them, if you hate them, if you barely know them. If you want to make posters of our faces and staple it to every single post on the planet, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, right under the fucking Lost Cat posters, I guess.
Yeah, just our faces, and then let us know that you did that, and then we'll have you on, and
yeah.
it'll be fun.
Thanks for watching. I'm Lucas,
I'm Rafi.
and that's it for episode 1 of Two Idiots and a Life.